in Ireland. Oh, hey, Bianca, what's up? Hey, Lisa. Czech Republic, Austin, Texas. Awesome. Hey, Mommy Pretzel. Hey, Seattle. Yeah, let me know where you're from. Hold on. Just getting everything set up here. Okay. All right. So everyone can hear me. Oh, hey, Soul Star Medicine girl. What's up? How long have I been doing yoga? Probably almost 10 years now or more. So guys, everyone welcome. We're going to have people joining on Periscope and YouTube, so it's pretty exciting. Definitely heart it up on Periscope if you're there, if you're excited. I have such a great little workshop here. Welcome, Amy from Michigan. I have a really exciting, hey, Shelly. I have an exciting whole thing for us planned. So basically how today is going to work, I'm going to try to stay focused, is that I'm going to spend the next couple minutes just welcoming everyone. So another like 3 minutes. I'm going to just welcome everyone. Yeah, heart it up if you're on Periscope. Go nuts. Let's show the love. This is a love fest. That was like the hashtag I used for this. So I'm going to welcome everyone for another couple minutes. We're going to do a quick chat about yoga mats. Always really, really important to talk about yoga mats. I'm going to talk about the giveaway, the mat that I'm giving away. I'm going to show it to you guys. It's right behind me. And we're going to talk a little bit about our spring challenge. So if any of you guys right now have feedback, things that you want to see in the spring challenge, you're going to want to put that in the YouTube chat or let me know on Periscope. Like if you want classes of a certain level, the theme is going to be detox for spring. So do you want meditation and yoga together? Do you want like 10-minute classes, 30-minute classes? Of course, I can always mix it up, but I want to get your feedback because I'm filming all that imminently. So I would love any ideas or things that you guys are craving so I know. Hey, Jen. Yeah, and then we're going to do a workshop that I've designed for us about reconciling the different parts of yourself through yoga, and it's going to be really great. You might want to grab a journal for that to do a little bit of writing with me, and it's going to be awesome. And then, we'll do more Q&A and just have fun as we go. So I did want to do a couple shout outs before we get Love Fest. Yeah. I did want to do a couple of shout outs. Hey, Monica from New Jersey. Oh, you've been hooked on my yoga. Good. It's a good addiction, the yoga. Doing my practices since 2016, Monica. Oh my gosh, my audio and sound was probably so bad back then. I apologize in advance. It's the thing about being on YouTube, guys. You're like, you look back at your old videos and you're like, I didn't know what I was doing. Why is there static in all my audio? Those things still happen. Hey, Mariah. Hey, Prevamp. Brett is the best online. Oh, Soulstar, I love you. So the shout outs. I wanted to give shout outs to Jennifer Hall, Jennifer McCartney. These are two girls who are in my private Facebook group who are so amazing. And they're always just super positive. And I just want to give a shout out to you too, because you really warm my heart a lot. Jennifer McCartney, I think, is getting married soon. Amanda Bruner, another beautiful girl in our group, is also just got engaged and getting married. So many congrats. Heart it up on Periscope to say congrats to all these folks. And if you are getting married or know someone who is, brettlarkin.com/brides. I have a meditation to visualize your dream wedding, and you're going to want to check that out. So brettlarkin.com/brides. And if you're not in the private Facebook group, Yoga Hacks Community. Hey, Raul. Yoga Hacks Community from Romania. Welcome, Georgiana. Yogahackscommunity.com is the private Facebook group. It's where these amazing people hang out and where I hang out. So you're going to want to join. Good evening from the UK. Welcome, Devin. Yeah, Gecky. Hey girl, what's up? And thanks. Yeah, just put your feedback for the detox flow in the comments. I see you doing that, Jen. I appreciate it. I'm going to read them all really carefully. So shout out to those girls, yogahackscommunity.com if you haven't joined. And the whole yoga hacking thing, if you don't know what that's about, it's really about bringing yoga into your life. So making yoga your lifestyle. So you're stretching when you're in the car, stretching when you're working at the computer, cooking dinner, stretching while you're blow drying your hair. I literally have a class on that. And if you want to learn more about that, you want to go to brettlarkin.com/hacks, HACKS. And I have a free mini course on how you can hack yoga into your life. So brettlarkin.com/hacks, brettlarkin.com/brides if you happen to be getting married. And I also want to give a shout out in the Facebook group to Susan R. You know who you are. I don't know how to say your last name. I think it's Reidner, but you've been giving me so much love and encouragement. And, that really means so much. Ooh, it's 4 a.m. where you are. Say that again. So thank you, Susan. And Marcia is another person in the Facebook group that I wanted to do a shout out for. You were so helpful during my yoga mat week and helped me make graphics and stuff. So Marcia, I think you're in Dubai right now, but I'm sending you so much love. Oh, you have no sound, Jennifer. Oh, but you can see. Sad face. Get on Periscope or get on. And Anna, this chat is going to be about bringing together the different parts of our personality together through yoga. Okay, so it's about healing, yes, but not so much in the physical sense for this particular chat. Hola, hi. Okay, so yoga mats, good segue. Does anyone in our community need a yoga mat? If you do, let me know in the chat. I have this yoga mat, which is definitely not a glamorous one, but I want to give it away to someone in the community who just needs a mat. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I will send this to you. So Yoga Hacks Community is our private Facebook group, so you can let me know in there. I do. Margiana. Yeah, if you need a yoga mat, like this one is not sweat resistant. I wouldn't recommend it as like the best yoga mat on the planet, but it totally does the job. It has my positive energy all over it because I've been using it. And I have too many yoga mats. So I just really wanted to give this one away to someone in the community who just needed a yoga mat. So yeah, Geki, you can just hang out. Yeah, Periscope. Thanks for telling her. But we can just hang out on YouTube too. You're both. We're all right here. We're together. We're a family. It's awesome. So this, if someone is interested, join the private Facebook group, yogahackscommunity.com. I'll approve you as a member. Let me know. Just say you want, like, I don't want to call it the charity mat, but that's kind of what it is. I just want to give someone a yoga mat who really needs it because I have so many. Geki says she's stretching right now while you're watching. Girl, I've taught you well. And then the yoga mat I'm giving away, you guys, is this new Alignment Lines yoga mat. It is by Atamanda Yoga. And remember, we really liked like the life form mat. We really liked the life form Alignment Lines mat. I'll put this behind me. This one is pretty similar. Love it. Hey, Elizabeth. She's another one I want to give a shout out to. I love that girl. Elizabeth. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So if you want to win this one, I'm going to be giving it away at the end, and I have a special plan for how I'm going to give it away. So stick around to the very end if you want to win the Atamanda yoga mat. And again, it's similar to the life form mat. And people have been asking about the Lululemon mat because I didn't get to review that one. And I love you, Elizabeth. Yes. I am pro Lululemon mat. So Lululemon has a mat called The Mat. And I just got my hands on one, and it's like the Gaiam Soul Dry Grip. If you want to watch that review on YouTube, the Lululemon mat is very similar. Anna wants the mat. Cool. Stick around to the end and maybe you can win it. So yeah, it's really nice. And that's my updates on yoga mats. Pro Lululemon mat. And any other spring challenge questions or general Q&A before I dive into the workshop that I have prepared for us. And I think most of you guys probably know who I am, but just because this is also on Periscope in case you don't, my name is Brett Larkin. I'm a yoga teacher on YouTube. You want to follow me and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Brett Larkin Yoga. So if you haven't done that yet, please do. And you can take class with me for free. And if you want to learn about hacking yoga into your life and stretching on a day-to-day basis, stretch while you watch TV, in the car, while you're putting on makeup, I'm not kidding, I have a video on that. You want to join my Yoga Hacks completely free mini course at brettlarkin.com/hacks. So, hey Serena, welcome. You're late, but you're here, girl. Welcome. So how much yoga should I do every day to become a yoga teacher? You know what? How much yoga you do every day is a very personal decision. And obviously, if you want to be a yoga teacher, you're going to want to do a yoga teacher training. And if you're considering doing a yoga teacher training, I have a bunch of videos about that. So go to brettlarkin.com. And if you look in like the free programs tab, I have a video that's all about things to consider when you're signing up for yoga teacher training, and tons and tons of information. So Nungus, hope I'm saying your name right, go there and do that. Okay, so you guys ready for the workshop that I have prepared for us about reconciling the different parts of yourself through yoga? If so, throw yes in the chat on YouTube, yes in the chat on Periscope, and give me tons of hearts on Periscope and let me know that you guys are ready to do this workshop with me. Welcome, Benedetto. Yes, yes. Everyone's saying yes. And if you're on Periscope, if you'd share this with your followers, or you want to share it out, tweet it out. I think if you click the little dude in the bottom and share, that will really help me out a lot. Hey from Guatemala, welcome. Everyone on YouTube saying yes. I'm getting like this stream of yeses. This is awesome. I love you guys. Elliot, Lynn, Geki, Anna, different Anna, Bianca. Guys, so Bianca's coming with me to Florence. If you guys want to study with me in person, thanks for sharing, Elizabeth. If you want to come with me to Florence this summer, you want to go to my website and check out our Florence, Italy retreat. We're studying art history in yoga, doing yoga every single day, looking at beautiful churches, walking around, having cappuccinos and gelato and just soaking up. Thank you, soaking up Italy. So if you're interested in that, go to my site. There's actually no early bird spots left, but I haven't updated my website yet. I'm actually pretty much almost sold out. But if you sign up in the next couple days, since I haven't updated my website, I'll give you the early bird rate. So anyone who wants to come to Italy, check that out. Swoon, art history plus yoga, says Sarah, right? It's going to be so fun. Thanks for sharing, Mommy Pretzel. Thanks for sharing, you guys. Okay, so let's dive into this workshop that I have prepared for us. And I'm even going to show it to you. Spent a lot of time on this last night. Can you guys see? Yeah, Bianca, it will be awesome. I can't wait. Georgiana says Florence is amazing. It's my favorite city. That's why I wanted to have my big retreat there. So what we're talking about is reconciling the different parts of ourselves through yoga. And this came about, the idea for this talk came about because I posted something on social media, and basically what I said was that when I was teaching a corporate, when I was in corporate, I was like fantasizing about being a yoga teacher, and I felt so ashamed. I felt ashamed that I, like dreamed of being a yoga teacher, and I had this like super corporate life. And then now that I've transitioned and I'm really teaching yoga, I feel like ashamed and embarrassed that I still love corporate stuff and tech stuff, and I still do some corporate work on the side, and I still really love to nerd out and use technology and all that stuff. So I think something that can happen is that society really wants us to like define ourselves very narrowly, like in a box. Like you're either the math prodigy person or you're the figure skater. And this starts like when we're in high school. It starts when we're really young, right? But what if you're the math prodigy and the figure skater? Or what if you like love technology and you're really ambitious, but you also really love yoga, right? How do we reconcile and bring together these different parts of ourselves and not feel so kind of ashamed? Can people relate to this? Can you give me a yes in the chat on YouTube and tons of hearts on Periscope or yeses if you relate to what I'm talking about here? Like, am I the only Santosa baby? Yeah. Yes, getting a bunch of yeses. Okay. So what happens when this occurs, right, is that we start to feel bad about ourselves. If you see me looking down, it's just because I have some notes here. Because you start to feel we are multidimensional. Yes. You start to feel like, okay, I'm not this, but I'm not that. And then you feel bad. And what happens is that actually lowers your vibration, lowers your energy. And that's really sad. And what happens is we start to feel like jealous of other people. We feel judgment. We feel self-hate. We feel unexpressed, right? It's not good. So can we all kind of agree that it feels really good to be seen fully we live a life of titles. Yes. It starts in college when we pick our major, like Elizabeth, high five girl, right? It shouldn't be like that. So yes in the chat, yes on Periscope and hearts, if you agree that what feels really good in life is to be fully expressed and seen for who you really are. And actually, to me, that's sort of the definition of love, right? And Jen M says, yeah, she can relate. I don't fit in anywhere in any group. Yeah, Soul Star Medicine, you are everything, girl. I love you. So yeah, to me, love is like being truly seen by another person. We want to be seen. We really want to be fully expressed. So you're at work, naughty. Yeah, the replay will be up for 24 hours. So if you can right now, if you have a piece of paper, if you have a little journal, or you can also write it in the chat, I want you to write down 2 parts of your personality that seem to be in opposition to each other, that seem to be opposing. So I'll give the example of myself like I did before, which is like having this really ambitious, super active energy where it's like, I like making money. I like being active. I like being very ambitious. I like really going hardcore after my goals. On the other side, I have this love of like serenity and peace. And I love teaching yoga and feeling almost like connected to something much higher than myself when I teach. It's like this very serene, peaceful place. So you can even just see how my energy shifted there, talking about those two different things, right? So those things seem like they're opposites. So I want you to try to think only two, Bianca says. Yeah, you might have like 40 and that's fine. But for this example, hi, Caroline. She says, yes, yes. For this example, I just want you to think of two and write it down if you can. Just make a little note. So just write down, like for me, I wrote down like ambitious, active energy. And then on the other side, I wrote serenity, sort of peace. And just write that down. And I love being a boss goddess and a daydreamer. Yeah, Soul Star Medicine. I'm so feeling that. Okay, so throw me some hearts and give me a yes when you've sort of thought of your two things. So I know you guys are done. So yes in YouTube chat, yes, and hearts in Periscope to let me know you're done. My love of others and then my jealousy of others. Yeah. And if you guys want to share yours, that would be really cool. Because again, this is all about the community and being together. Betsy says, I'm very type A and goal driven, but I'm also into the beach and downtime. Yeah, I really feel that too. And I think there's an energy that's also happening with women and just the universe in general right now, where we're starting to realize that type A crazy way isn't the only way. Sure, I can repeat the question, Cabrita. The question is, I want you to write down two aspects of your personality that seem in opposition. Being around others versus being alone. Beth, that's such a good one. I have that too. Like, I just want to be alone and create, but then I kind of get depressed and lonely. Technology plus nature lover. Yeah, right? These are such great examples. Geki, confident and super insecure about everything. Yeah, right? My real life and my inner life. Ooh, Anna, I feel you on that one. Motivated, creative, and strong, but that is opposed to my insecurities and constant questioning of self. Yeah, rational thinking compared to spiritual. Yes, so good. Okay, so put that aside for a minute. We've all thought of our things. Awesome job. So let's talk about yoga now, right? So when we come to our yoga mat, it is like, I like to think of it as like the dinner table. Mat's kind of shaped like a table too. Dinner table, dinner party of where all the different parts of ourselves get to come together and have a seat at the table. And when we do yoga, we enter into a flow state, right? So that is what our yoga practice enables for us. And traditionally, the aim of yoga is to reach the state of universal consciousness or enlightenment, traditionally, right? But it's also, that I'd like to add, it's also a place where we come back in harmony with our true selves. And yes, you can do yoga no matter what your weight, what you're at, size, gender, anything. So yes, Brett Larkin Yoga on YouTube, do some free yoga with me. Welcome everyone who's just joining. We're doing a talk about reconciling different parts of ourselves through yoga. So when you come to your mat, you're in a flow state and you come back to your true self. So one of the biggest things that happened for me when I did my yoga teacher training is that I did a tantric-based training that said that that taught in Tantra this concept of non-dualism. And I'm not going to go nerd out on it, but basically what it says is that two opposite things can be true at the same time and that that's okay. Two opposite things can be true at the same time and that's okay. So an example might be that you're very, very, very in love with someone. At the same time, you know they're not your ultimate life partner, right? Those two things are opposites, but they can be true at the same time, right? And what happens when we come to our yoga mat is that really nothing changes. Contradiction, yeah. When we come to our yoga mat, really nothing changes unless you like broke up with that person in the middle of yoga class, right? But after yoga class, you feel better. Can we all agree that yoga makes us feel better in general? Can I get some yeses in YouTube, hearts and yeses on Periscope if we all agree that like after you do a yoga class, you usually feel better? Yeah, right? Absolutely, says Beth. Yes. Up here, right. So why is that? And that is because that the yoga practice lessens that aggression when things are that contradiction. When we see the contradiction as a problem, there's aggression and it takes up energy and it feels bad. But when we apply our yoga practice, that aggression softens, right? The fact that two opposing things are true at the same time no longer bothers us that much. It just doesn't feel like that big a deal. It's just the way things are. So instead of the fact that you're really, really in love with someone and at the same time you know they're not your life partner, instead of that feeling like a problem, after yoga, that just sort of feels like what is, and you have the space to hold both truths with equal love and attention, right? You can hold two things that are both true with equal love and attention. If this is resonating with you, will you give me a yes and hearts in the chat? So hearts on Periscope, yes on YouTube. Cheryl says yes. 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 Yeah. So what I'm going to suggest, and, another thing that, happens when we feel like we're not this, we're not that, we feel isolated, we feel alone, right? So it's like your vibration's lower, you feel isolated, you start to feel judgment, jealousy, all this stuff. We come to the yoga mat and there's space for everything that we are at the table, and opposing things that seem like they're opposite can be true at the same time. And it's not as big a deal because we have the space to hold and embrace all of it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Heart it up if you agree. Okay. So what you do, and I'm just looking down here at my notes, is one, you come to your yoga mat, right? It is like your place that you come. You get in that centered state by going through a flow or a meditation or yin. So many different styles. You can do any of them. Sammy says this is really hitting a chord with me. Mwah. I love you, Sammy. Nancy says the best. You guys are the best. Amy, Caroline, I love you guys. You come to your mat, you get in a flow state, and then from a centered place, because you've centered yourself through yoga and you've got connected with your authentic self, right? Then you move towards what naturally excites you, right? From a centered place. So can you hit hearts or hit yes if you understand like how sometimes you get excited about something, but it's not excitement from an authentic place. It's like excitement just because it's like the next cool thing, right? Or like you just see someone else doing it and you're like, oh, that's cool. I get excited about it. But that's so different from when you're excited about something when you're really authentic and grounded, because that thing really speaks to the authentic you. Yeah? Totally. Says Soul Star Medicine. Yeah. Yeah. And guys, if you're on Periscope, follow my girl, Soul Star Medicine. She's a really close friend of mine. I love her. Serena says yes. Yeah. So you come to your mat, you get centered, you move from an authentic place towards what excites you. And then I want you to look back at your two words that you wrote down, the two words that seemed like in opposition. And what I'm going to offer to you guys as an idea is that source of conflict, what you perceive as that source of conflict in maybe your personality or your life right now, that is actually your biggest gift. It's actually the answer. It's actually like the beacon of light, like buzzing, saying like, come in this direction, come in this direction. The tension of those two things, that interplay, that is your highest calling. Does that make sense to anyone? Can I get some hearts, yeses on Periscope and some yeses in YouTube, if that makes sense to anyone? That these two contradictory things, these two parts of your personality that seem like they are in opposition, is actually your highest calling, what you are here to contribute, right? It's what's most unique about you. So when I wrote this post about how, like I used to feel like ashamed of my corporate side when I was yoga side when I was corporate, and ashamed of my corporate side when I was doing yoga, I was like, you know what? Instead of this feeling like tension, this is actually what I need to move towards. You need to hold it all simultaneously, says Soul Star. Yeah. Yeah. Lisa says, source of conflict is something I want to eliminate from my life. It's a stressor. Yeah. Yeah, everything feels like less in conflict after yoga. Opposite truths can be true at the same time. And whatever you feel like your big opposing truth is in your life, that's the beacon of light you need to move towards. That's what you need to teach other people about. That's your contribution. You just shift your perspective. What is Jen? Jen, it's hard to make sense when there's so much contradiction in my mind and heart. Yeah. Geki, we should just embrace all our sides. Yes. Betsy, that tension creates stress. Right. Which left unresolved leads to all kinds of bad in our lives. Yeah. And it's, you know, what's really hard about it is it's scary. It is scary to talk about whatever that thing is. And it was scary for me to write that post, but fear, usually an indicator that that's like exactly where we need to go. Yeah. It's scary to make changes for sure. So if you express that unique vibration of you, those things that you think are in contradiction, people are going to flock to you. People are going to be like feeling your authenticity, and you're going to help other people, and you're going to really move towards what you want to be moving towards in your life. So guys, let me know. I want to take some questions now. And I also would love a bunch of hearts on Periscope. Share this on Periscope if you haven't already, if you think you know someone who would resonate with this, and in the YouTube chat as well. Like, let me guys know if you have specific questions about this. And I'm excited. I hope Georgiana says, yeah, this makes sense. Yeah. So follow what makes us scared. Exactly. Yes. It's a little crazy, but that's exactly what I'm saying to do. Follow what makes you scared, and use that fear, or that fear of rejection, like these parts of me that maybe don't fit together. Use that as like your guiding light, because that's what's unique about you, and that's your contribution, and that's your highest calling. Yeah. Yes. We have to work on our bad sides. It's very hard, but it pays off, Caroline. Yeah. And I won't even like frame them as your bad sides, right? It's like, treat all sides of yourself the way a parent would treat like multiple children. Like, parents can love all their kids the same, even though the kids are different, even though they might secretly have favorites, right? They can love all of them the same. So even the parts of ourselves that we're not so proud of, we need to love those parts too. And Serena says, I feel like I can relate in a non-yoga perspective. Yeah, fear of intimacy led you to yoga and meditation. Totally makes sense. I feel like I'm going to embrace how I am more often versus trying to be someone else. Yeah, don't try to be someone else. Be you. And the big caption I posted with this post was like, be you, with like big sparkles and gold, because it's a really obvious message. Sounds cliche, but like we can't say it enough. Okay, so that concludes our little workshop. Throw questions in the chat. I'm happy to take general questions about yoga. I'm also happy to take questions about what we just covered in the workshop specifically. And I want to find out who I'm giving away this alignment lines mat to. Cheryl says, can you give a specific example of how you use both being authentic when both make me feel like a fraud? Yeah, so sometimes being really authentic can feel really scary if you're not used to it, and that makes you feel like a fraud. But it's just like putting on a costume, right? Like, you need to kind of fake it before you make it, right? So I'm nervous about doing this whole chat and having like 2 chat screens going at the same time, and I've never done this before, but I'm just faking it, right? I'm just gonna do it. Fake it till you make it. And you know, this is science too. Like, they say if you smile, that it'll make you happy. Like, the physical and the mental are related. How do you overcome being self-conscious when that's what scares me the most about going for something? Yeah, we're all really self-conscious. And I think this fake it till you make it thing is kind of the same advice, right? It's like, you just gotta like zip on your power suit and pretend you're a superhero and go through the motions. And eventually that's gonna rub off on the real you, and it'll work out. Georgiana says, you're doing great. Thanks, girl. Yeah, just go for it. So in following yoga, how important is it to follow the traditional literature, sutras, etc.? I think that the Yoga Sutras are great. I have a video on YouTube about my favorite yoga books, and I mentioned my favorite translation of the sutras. So if you Google like Brett Larkin yoga favorite books on YouTube, you're gonna find it. I love all the sutras and all the philosophy, but I feel like you can also get bogged down in it. I like to keep my yoga like really practical, really real life. That's why I love yoga hacks. Again, if you haven't done my free intro to yoga hacking, getting yoga stretching into like every aspect of your day, brettlarkin.com/hacks, HACKS. So I think the sutras are great. And I think it's really personal. It's like people learn in different ways. So if you love diving deep into philosophy and reading books about the sutras that are kind of complex and stuff, go for it. If that's totally not your jam, you can still be a very spiritual yogi and, you know, not be reading that stuff constantly. I think it's really personal. It's really individual. Yeah. Sammy. Oh my goodness. She just wrote, I'm really struggling with being a teen, being true to myself and doing the things I love while still living up to my parents. And it's really funny because someone else wrote an email to me. I don't think she could be here in the chat, but she wrote something similar. I think her name's Luna. She wrote about being in university and her parents really wanted to do a master's and she doesn't. Guys, hearts on the screen. And yes, you can relate to not living up to what your parents, feeling like you're disappointing your parents. Lisa says, I love your yoga hacks, Fred. Mwah! Love you, Lisa. Yeah. So I'm now married and like older, and I'm still constantly afraid that I'm not living up to my parents, right? This is never going to go away. So if you're a teen and you feel that way, just, it never goes away. I'm 30. It never goes away. And what you need to do is you need to recruit your parents. Thanks for the congrats on my wedding. Yeah, it was awesome. I'd really try to recruit, because the thing is, if you go out of alignment of your parents, like you just say like, screw you parents, I'm doing my own thing. Is that going to feel aligned and centered and good in your heart? No. And the reality is we all really want and crave that support from our family. We need that. So what you need to do is you need to really speak authentically to your parents and get them to see your side of whatever it is you want to do, whether it's like not do the masters. And I'm not saying like convince them, but you need to speak to them from this like heart-centered place and really get real with them and tell them that you need their support. You can even say, you know, like, mom or dad, I feel like this might be the wrong decision. Maybe you're right, but I'm really asking you for your support right now while I try this other thing. If you phrase it like that, what do you think? Like most parents, they're not going to be like, I don't love you anymore and I'm not giving my support. Like they'll see how important it is to you and hopefully they'll come around. Betsy says, yeah, we never outgrow that feeling ever, 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 ever. So I hope that helps with the parents thing. Yeah, and sometimes, as you said, Momo and YouTube just said, yeah, sometimes parents have a hard time, like, you know, expressing how proud they are of it. Okay, I'll see you on YouTube for awesome classes. All right, so to wrap up, to give away the yoga mat, guys, I want everyone to share. I want everyone to share an inspiring personal quote or mantra that they use themselves, and I do this with a lot of my giveaways. But share, because this is about uplifting the whole community. yogahackscommunity.com is my Facebook group if you're not already joined. But if you want to get the Alignment Lines yoga mat, just share like a positive mantra that you say to yourself, whether it's, you know, like attack the day or the best is yet to come. Shelly, perfect example. What do you say to yourself to get yourself pumped up? It's really nice to share these so we can see one another's and like lift everyone's vibration. And I will be picking a winner based off what I see come through. So that's how you can win the yoga mat. I accept all parts of myself. Yeah, yeah. And unfortunately for the Atamanda Alignment Lines yoga mat, I'm pretty sure this is US only for the giveaway, guys. So if you're international, I'm sorry that you can't play. Serena, it is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Beautiful. You can follow your dreams without falling asleep. No time better than the present. Good. Awesome. Sammy says that honestly really did help. Cool. So I'm going to be picking a winner as I look through the comments. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to throw your comments in there. And if you can't play, you're in Canada or international, let me know what to leave you with. You want to join the Facebook group if you're not in it, yogahackscommunity.com, yoga, H-A-C-K-S, community.com. If you're on Periscope, if you click the little dude in the bottom and swipe, you can share this on Twitter. That would really mean a lot to me. You can invite people, and it's a great group. Yeah. And you can watch the replay, and there's a link. If you click on my photo, click on my photo, there's a link in my little bio on Periscope where you can get a free call about all how to like motivate to do yoga and break through negativity and all that stuff. Geki says she's loving the mantras. Momo, I am grateful. I always say that everything is useful. Experience is so important. Attention is the purest form of generosity. Georgiana, I love that one. Are you in America, girl? Let me know, because if so, I think that's a winner. I love that. Okay, Georgiana, you are the winner. If you are in USA, put your name down below. And even if you aren't, I'll see what I can do. Guys, I love you all so much. Make sure to join the Facebook group. Make sure to subscribe and watch and do yoga with me on YouTube. Brett Larkin Yoga on YouTube. And brides, brettlarkin.com/brides. Any of my girls who are engaged or getting married, you're definitely want to do that free meditation about visualizing your perfect wedding. brettlarkin.com/hacks, HACKS, to learn how to integrate stretching into your day-to-day routine in life. And Georgiana, you're in Romania. Girl, that's so far away. I'll see what I can do. Thanks you guys all for doing this. Thank you for being here. I love you all so much. Any last quick questions or spring challenge requests, throw them in the chat. And this was awesome. Getting to hang out live with this, like this with you all is really good. Cheryl, life's journey is not to arrive safely in the grave in a well-preserved body, but rather to skid in sideways, totally worn out, shouting, holy cow, what a ride, from my active, energetic side. Yeah, girl. Love that. All right. So Cheryl, you're our runner-up if I can't find a way to get Georgiana the mat internationally. Cheryl, let me know if you're in the US. Baby or kid yoga? Well, I want to have a little nugget of my own one day, and then we're going to do lots of prenatal yoga and everything else. And Georgiana says, I helped heal your anxiety. Thanks, guys. Thanks to this community, right? The people in this community are amazing. And this is what I'm talking about when you really show up authentically, like I'm trying to do every day. You attract incredible other people who are your true tribe, who really love you. And if you guys do that in your lives, the same thing's going to happen for all of you. So when we're all together in the Facebook group, or we're all together in the live chats or here on Periscope, it's such a great group of people, and I love you and respect you all so much. You all inspire me every single day, and thank you so much. So I'm going to shut down here on YouTube, and you can keep throwing some comments, any feedback you want to give me about what you want in the spring challenge. You can throw that on YouTube. And Georgiana, I'm going to check out if I can do international, and otherwise Cheryl, you are our winner, and let me know if you are in the US, and hit me up in the private Facebook group. And you're in California. All right, Cheryl. So this alignment mat is yours, girl. Hopefully you're in the private Facebook group. Otherwise, find me on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere so we can get in touch. You can send me your address and all that stuff. Thanks, you guys. All right. It's so sad to say goodbye. But again, share this video, share the replay. I think there was a lot of great stuff on the workshop. I hope you guys like that. And yeah, love you all so, so, so much. All right. I'm going to figure out how to turn off the Hangout on YouTube. Mwah. Until next time, I'll see you in the Facebook group, yogahackscommunity.com, HACKS. I'll see you over on my website, brettlarkin.com, and on YouTube, Brett Larkin Yoga. Let's do yoga together. Yeah. Okay. Bye on YouTube. And